Well, good morning, everyone. Father Hoffa here with your next installment of WWW Wednesday Walking with the Word. Today, the church celebrates the memorial of St. Augustine, and also, at the same time, the gospel for today is the continuation of Matthew's gospel, where Jesus is given the business to his dear friends, the Pharisees, which, if you know me, there's one thing I love. It's when Jesus is given the Pharisees the business. So, how does that all come together? Well, the first thing is, I'm a huge fan of St. Augustine, because I refer to St. Augustine as one of my I can saints. Because if St. Augustine can be a saint, so can I. St. Augustine was a sinner. He had a lot of sins, and his life was quite wayward. And we celebrated yesterday the memorial of St. Monica, who prayed constantly for her son, 28 years, for his conversion. And he did come to conversion. He was baptized by St. Ambrose. And also, along with that, he came to be a bishop and a doctor of the church, St. Augustine did. And so all of that patient waiting and that perseverance really, by others, helped to be a beautiful model for St. Augustine in his conversion. One of the things I think it's important to understand is that there is hope. Hope always has to be connected to conversion. And I think that that's really, really important. Now, that's not a blind hope. That's not a hope that allows us to allow ourselves to be injured or harmed. Because the truth of the matter is that people who we have hope for their conversion can also be very much still connected to their sin, and that can have a negative effect on us. So we don't want that. Instead, what is important is that we keep the hope that one day they can come to that conversion, while we keep particular boundaries to be able to help them, but also not to, in a way, encourage or support their sin. And so when we think about Jesus, for instance, talking to the Pharisees and, calling them hypocrites and stuff, people say, well, Jesus is being mean. No, Jesus isn't being mean. Jesus is challenging them, and he's calling them out for their business. But at the same time, Jesus always has hope for them that they will come to conversion. And that's really, really important, that hope springs eternal. But at the same time, he's not going to allow himself to sit there and get beat up by the Pharisees at the same time. He's not going to allow himself to be maligned or just to let things go silent. He's going to call it out if it needs to be called out. And so I think that balance of doing what is tough love, but also having hope at the same time for a person's conversion is very much core and key to the Christian life. And so I invite you to live that out yourself and to consider that just as I consider it, and try to live it out in my own life. But just remember that for others, and even for ourselves, none of us is beyond conversion, because the power of God is always stronger than any sin. His love is greater than any sin that's out there. And so because of that, we can always come to conversion. We can always come closer to Christ. Sometimes we're going to feel his tough love, but his mercy and his compassion will always be there for us as well. This has been your next installment of WWW Wednesday Walking with the Word. God bless you all and have a great day.